tell your name and what years you were on the team. So, like that.
So we 96 through 98? Yeah. I was in school longer than that, but I'm just like 96, 97, 98.
Yeah, 10 years we played, not the years in school.
Y'all was good. Did any of y'all move up from the 9th grade?
Not us. It wasn't nobody moving from 9th grade, but Wonko and Eddie.
I'm talking about in our class.
Towards Sanford.
Did Sereno move?
Sereno came 10th grade. No,
They flunked.
No, I'm talking about no football.
ma'am.
She's talking about like.
Sereno was in 10th grade.
Not in our class.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in 10th grade. Then when he got to move on to the line.
No, it has to be a little weakness left in order to move up. And so when we started playing, there wasn't no spots to move up to. So that was the thing. It was.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
That's okay. He's gonna.
Yeah, it got rough after they lost.
Okay, this is Myra Bean. I have spent about 20-some years at the Panolean, covering the South Panola football team through a whole lot of state championships. What we have now are some players who played at South Panola under Coach Ed Stanley. They are also played on some of the state championship teams or the teams that went to the state championship. So we're going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves and tell what years that they played on the team.
Go ahead.
Tillman, Ballentine, 96, 97, 98.
Yeah, I'm Bobby Bibbs. I played 96, 97, 98.
Justin Pope played 96, 97, 98.
The years that y'all played on the team, was that your team a special time for you?
Really, honestly, it was some of the best times of our lives. I mean, we all still communicate with each other. We all had a brotherhood, and it was a big competition time. Looking back at the times that we had, we all grew up together. It was a growing up process, and through all of it, I can't say I've had better times or better memories, through all of it. Coming back home, you always see, pass by the stadium, and it just get chill bumps on your arms every time you come through. So to be honest with you, it's nothing but memories all around this place. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is our life really leading up to it, and all you heard was South Panola, all leading up into 6th, 7th grade, and then once you got to 7th grade, and I was lucky enough to have my big brother and my big cousin to be seniors my 7th grade year. So
Who were they?
Eric Bibbs is my biggest brother, and Dwayne Rudd is my first cousin. So with them and all their friends, and being around the house and watching them, we had nothing but everything to look up to and look forward to it being our turn to see if we could live up to our family's name and the things that we had going on. And it wasn't pressure like a lot of these kids think it was. We looked forward to it, and we clipped it and had everything together. So go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, it was just that brotherhood. We were excited to play. We were ready for our chance to play, especially seeing that 93 team, just seeing those older guys play. Like Bobby said, like Eric Bills, Rudd, Barry Rudd, Malika, just seeing them. I think my first time was seeing Paul Morgan was at the homecoming parade. They had Milk Does a Body Good, had a little kid, and then had Paul on the other side, and I saw that. I said, yeah, I want to play. I can't wait to get up there, even though, like I said, it wasn't the pressure, but just ready for our chance to get out there and show what we could do.
Okay. You want to add to that?
Well, for them, it was firsthand for them, but for me, I went to school at Pope School.
Okay.
So we was like the little kids, and then, we couldn't wait to get to South Panola play with the big guys up here because they had everything. And then once you got up here, it was worth the hype because they taught, when you played football up here, it was like a brotherhood. No matter what, when you're on the field, those are your brothers. No matter what. And I remember Coach telling us, hey, when you're on the field, they're your brother. When you off the field, they're your brother. So he made us stay connected no matter what. He said, you go fight, but no matter what, we go stick together. And that's how he made us feel.
Okay. Go ahead and tell, where did y'all go to college? Did y'all play football? You played football at?
I went to Northwest and then Morris Hill in North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh, you cut me out of that question.
Oh, okay.
I went to Mississippi Valley State University.
Okay. The hood are you wearing?
Yes.
Yeah, just
You're right.
I think it was like one funny field house story. Y'all, that wasn't there when y'all were playing.
We was in the real field. We came up in the real field.
In the
I
real
got
field.
you one that's even funnier. And I know Bibbs and Ballentine can tell you. I remember when we was out here practice because one thing about a coach, hey, you wasn't finna cheat on practice and you wasn't finna cheat in the weight room. But Coach Ed, which was our coach, I remember he used to work out before practice. So Ed was working out on the fly machine. On the fly machine, Ed, he had weight on that, so he broke the fly machine, and
what was it? The cord broke.
Yeah, the cord. And so when it broke, the other hit his head. So Ed bleeding now. I'll be all right. Still bleeding. He still made us have practice. He didn't go to the doctor until one of the coaches, come on, Ed, you got to go get the head. Oh, we got practice. We got a game. We got to get ready. So Ed, I don't give a care. No matter what, bleeding or not, you go practice. So that made us say, look, if he can do this, we got to practice. So that's what made us just really want to do everything because our attitude went off his attitude.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was Coach Stanley was infectious. I promise you. Whatever mood he was in, that's the way practice was gonna go that day. If he was in a good mood, we might have a good practice. If he was in a bad mood, every mistake, everything's gonna get called out. We're gonna run it over again. You're gonna get called out. I mean, he held us accountable. That's one thing that I can say, and it lasted on through our life. I mean, Coach Stanley, he made us tough, and he let us. We knew. None of us, I think, still to this day, take no mess off nobody. And that was big time coming from Coach Stanley because I've never seen him back down to not one challenge, not one person, not anybody when it comes to that.
We say that's for another day.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories we can tell, a lot of stories we can't tell.
Right.
Tell me.
You got a story that you remember?
It was just how he would say something funny and just kind of do that little snickle. Pretty much everybody know me by my nickname, Jody. We was in practice. I think I did something good on the play, and everybody, Jody, yeah, good play, Jody, good play, Jody. He looked at me. All right, Jody, we're gonna run this play. And I'm looking at him like, you can't call me that. but it's Ed, so I didn't say nothing. Yeah. Okay, coach, just go, just run it. So, so I just let him go ahead and slip that in real quick.
Y'all went to the state championship 96, 97, 98. Those first two, we knew it was Moss Point.
3 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 points.
We got
Then
cheated,
the first
though.
of 98.
We got cheated at 97, though.
Yeah.
Won't go score, but we got cheated.
Yeah, what did it take to get three state championship appearances? What did it take? What did y'all have to sacrifice?
I would say it really started in the weight room with Coach Dan Ray Cole. Coach Dan always said games were won and lost in the weight room. So we put in those hours working out, conditioning. He on the track, well, not this track, it was asphalt. I think I fell down and scraped my chest on it a couple of times, but we was out here putting in that work, and we knew it started there for us to get to Jackson.
Jody said the weight room, and he's telling the truth. Our weight room didn't close. Like, our weight room, you can come by at 12 o'clock at midnight, somebody in there working out. And majority of the time, like Coach Cole, he'll probably leave around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, because he was in there at 24. He was in there all the time. And then you had like state troopers, police officers, sheriff department guys in there working out, because so the gym was like a sanctuary. So they rather have us in the gym working out instead of out there in the streets late at night. So it became like a fun spot to be at. And so being in there talking and working out, it made us start seeing something. We had a bigger goal ahead of us. Okay. And so that made us strong and stick together, because everything does start in that weight room. If you don't put that time in, and you go sacrifice some stuff, like hanging with your friends, sometimes you want to do wrong, but then you got to look at it. You got choice and you got consequences. And that was the main thing they taught us.
Okay.
And everything, and one thing that Coach Stanley, Coach Cole, and all the rest of the coaching staff, everything was competition.
True.
So it wasn't just like we go in there and work out. It was take this weak person, put him with somebody stronger. Everything was competition. Who's gonna lift the most weights today? Who's gonna squat the most weights? Who's gonna be the fastest today? And then after practice, who's gonna line up? Let's see who still got it. Every workout we had to run after it was over with. Then after leg workouts, we'd be on Old Nelly. And then at the end of running our sprints and stuff like that, it was a competition. At the end, almost when it's time in the spring, when it's time to pick out the starters and stuff, the competition came to the weight room first. So you got your starting position starting out with who worked the hardest in there. And so then it equated to going on the field and stamina and endurance and everything else. Being able to play 4 quarters, that was another thing they always emphasized on us, is who's going to finish the game. And it all starts in that weight room. Coach Cole, and like I said, and none of us could ever match what he was doing in there. And so to have a strength coach.
Y'all go ahead and we lost Coach Cole a couple of years ago. Talk about what
I will
he
say
meant.
one thing we can beat Coach Cole in.
What?
Up downs. Hey, Coach Cole will make he'll make a man out of you with up downs. One thing about it, he is not going to have his D lines or anybody on defense messed up. You go up down. Now, one thing I can't say about Coach Cole with the D line, because that's who I was with. Because Coach Cole is D line. Now, if you mess up in Coach Cole drill, he go get a rock and throw it. Now, over there, we ain't had no trees or nothing over there, so he'll get the rock and go chunk it. It was just straight. He said, now go find my rock. So if you didn't come back with his rock, you was going up, down, and he was going to put you to work. So that's the one thing. Coach Cole didn't play, and we didn't want to mess up on defense. That's why we just did everything for him.
Yeah, on and off the field, Coach Cole was the man. I mean, it wasn't nothing he wouldn't do for you. I mean, whether you were hungry, he'd take you to get something to eat, whether you had something to talk about. He was like a big brother.
Yeah.
I mean, when you needed a father figure, right, talk to you like that too, and just all around. He knew all of our parents, all of our brothers, all of our family members, and if you were messing up, he pointed out the fact that where you can get better. Like he wasn't just a disciplinarian. He was always a good time. Till a couple weeks before he passed, I think I seen him. And, it was always a good time to see Coach Cole. He always asked him about the other guys. He's always checking up on everything. But one thing, my biggest memories of him was when we doing 6 inches at the end of workouts. We landing there on that floor in that field house. And we get to 99. And all I hear is, Mert Price, you're ratting on me. I laugh to this day. We got to start all the way back up.
Really?
He gonna find somebody. He gonna find somebody.
It was Mert. It was Mert Price. My 10th grade year, they graduated the year before we did. So 10th, 11th grade, it was Mert Price.
I think he called out Wonko once. He said, "Oh, you got towards something for being an All-American on it. Let's start over."
Yeah, exactly. When he wanted to play with somebody, but it was Mert Price. Yeah, Mert Price, you're ratting on me. Start over. Everybody mad. But I mean, that was another thing that was start over, get us stronger. Core work, everything like that. It was 4 quarter stuff. So that's why at the end of the games, you really didn't see a lot of the starters playing.
Yeah.
We had got up so far that but when we were playing, everybody got a chance to play.
Yeah, that's how they taught us. Everything, like when you swap, it didn't matter who you put in when we was playing. That tempo never changed. Mm-hmm. But that was that brotherhood. Even though we were brothers, but it was still competitive. It wasn't no 1s versus 2. It was 1s versus 1s.
Oh.
I remember when Chris Young was our starting quarterback, and I was on defense, and Ed was like, "Hey, it's all or nothing." And I thought we had broke Chris. and I'm serious, but man, they just had us. It was just all out war. I remember we never could touch the game field until Thursday because he wanted us to feel like, listen, if I'm not gonna let you touch it Monday through Wednesday, then when you get on that Friday, you better protect this field. And that's how we protected that field. Because we didn't touch it until Thursday, cake day. And that was the one thing about it, man. Just like with Ed and Coach Cole, the reason I think a lot of it was so tight, even before we was even in the seniors, like Ed had got a whole team together, and we went to, I remember Clyde. It was my cousin, but it was Clyde, granddaddy. The whole football team went to his funeral.
And Michael Johnson.
Yeah, Michael Johnson. Ed made sure everybody got together and showed support. Like, it was a family. And that was the one thing he put on us.
Okay. Go back, y'all talking about the sacrifices you made. And how old are y'all now?
42.
42. Could you have, when they ask you to sacrifice that, how was that for a teenage boy?
Well, for us,
young man.
Put it like this: it was easy for us because we didn't have all the technology these kids got right now. The only thing we knew back then was kill a man with the ball. I think only a few of us had Sega because I used to go to my friend's house play there.
Okay.
But we didn't have the amenity these kids got now. So that's all we knew. So we didn't give up a lot of sacrifice, but time and kicking it with our friends.
But that's what we look forward to because again, like I had family members that were already playing football, so
they stayed on your tail.
Right, and then so when you in 5th grade, 4th, 5th grade, you already know, like, all right, come on out here with us. You already know what's gonna happen. Like, you're not about to sit in this house. We don't. Yeah. I don't want to say it like that. Yeah. But I was gonna say something else. But I'm saying, like, like you out here. That's what we do.
It was a tradition.
It was
a tradition.
And it's basically that's what it was. Family tradition. So, I mean, it was you saw what your cousins, your brothers, and everybody in your family did, and it was your turn next. When you got 12 years old, you got the 7th grade, you know you were going to be out there on the field.
But and the one thing about it though, we had former players that used to come back on the sideline and get on us.
Yeah.
I remember one time I had on we call him CD. I had his number on. He said, "Boy, you better not get out there and shame my number."
Right.
Like you couldn't shame nobody's number, or you couldn't shame nobody's name, because that's what you play for.
And that was another good thing on like, you look up on, by the time we got here, you know, at the time, the 93 team had already came through, and we're like their little brothers and everything. So we look up, and everybody that played before, like our senior, we graduated, well, not graduated, but we played in 98. So we look up on the field, everybody's in college. 97, 96, 95, they all stand on the sidelines on the games. If they had off days, we turn around, we know we can't slack in that game, because they're going to talk bad about us. We're more worried about what our ex-teammates and our coaches and our family members going to say about us more than any of this other stuff that's going on in the game. So we already know we're going to win, but we got other stuff that we got to set up too. So the records that the guys had left before us, that was our thing. We got to break these records. All right, so like our running backs that we had, we know South Nola was a running back university at one point, and the guys that we had was second to none, but the guys that came before them were top tier. So, you know, we already had the records and everything that was set that had to be broken. So you knew once that season started, man, you got to go to a team.
Right.
And if you're not performing, you're going to keep getting them carries. You know what I mean? You're not going to keep getting all this other stuff. So you got to perform in order to stay out there.
Okay. Yeah, talk about Dimitri Wright. He was one of y'all's teammates. And Hollywood, yeah.
Rest in peace, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
Me and Dimitri, you know, that was my opposite side corner. Kind of get a little messed up, even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But,
One thing about Wright, he gonna be the best looking one out there. He gonna let you know you ain't finna catch nothing on him.
oh, no, we ain't
And that's in practice and on game day.
He took it serious. He took it too serious a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember, man. I've seen D get. I remember when him and Tony I think it was him and Tony out there playing. I was at stand one. They hit him and they messed his elbow up.
Well, I got hurt the day before that.
I'm trying to think.
I broke my hand the day before. Then Stan Warren came and hit him.
Yeah.
He dislocated his elbow.
So
both corners was for the spring game. We both was
it was
you and Lorenzo playing corner.
I had to step up.
He was physical, but not physical. He gonna hit you, but he ain't finna just come and try to lay the wood, but he gonna hit you.
Okay.
So, but D, hey, you weren't finna catch on.
No, that's one of the most competitive people that ever came through the school, straight up. I mean, it wasn't even about anything else. He just didn't like getting beat at anything. So whether it was basketball, football, Dimitri Wright was a 100% athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, man. I hate he's gone. You know, think about his kids a lot. Think about his family. When I see him, we all talk about it. They always best with me.
Yeah.
Because our relationship.
Yeah.
Going back to that brotherhood, I played defensive back my junior year, and I was behind him. And I've been playing running back my whole life. And coach switched me up, and I wasn't particularly happy about it, but Dimitri kind of, you know, he took me in. And I want to say that year he was on the kickoff team, and you know he wanted to be sure he could cover. He didn't want to have no ass or anything, so he said, "Hey, Tillman, come on, sub me out." And I subbed him out one game, and I said the whole rest of that season I just stayed in that spot with him. And you know, it's just him coaching me through, especially with defensive back converting from running back, and playing through into the state championship game. I think I was lucky enough to take down Francisco Kelly. We're not gonna say that name too many more times, but he was just there, you know, just cheering on. And I had to even go back to junior high, running track. Like I said, Bob said he was very competitive. We was in Holly Springs, and we needed to win that mile relay to win overall. And I was third leg. He was like, "Till, you need to be first leg." You know, not even saying anything to Coach Robinson, who was the head coach. He'd be first leg and go ahead and get a lead on us. I do the anchor and then bring it on in. So I had never ran the first. I said, okay, well, you say so to me, I trust you. So I got out there and I got us a good enough lead, and he brought it in on home. We were able to win it. He's just was a great guy, competitive, and he would encourage you. He'd stay on you, but he was very competitive. But that was nothing good thing to say like Bobby said.
I don't understand why teams kept throwing at him. I know I got less targets, but still, I mean, he set the state record I seen you with interception that he had, 14 picks that year?
And I don't think it's been broken.
It has.
It has been?
It got tied by, I can't think his name. His name is Tiptoe. They call him his nickname was Tiptoe. Yeah, Richard.
Yeah.
What was his name? He played with,
It was like that. 14. No, it was like the
Tiptoe. broke. He tied it a little bit later than a guy this past year just broke with 18.
Oh, 18. Wow. Okay.
I think
okay.
somewhere down by Picayune, somewhere like that. But the guy just broke his record or something like that this past year. But yeah, he held it for a long time. 14 interception during the regular season, and then he had another 3 during the offseason. I mean, in the playoff. Something like that.
Then had some in Mississippi State too. So
Oh yeah, and Northwestern went all American at Northwestern, and then went to Mississippi State, had a great career. So, like I said, man, D was a different kind of animal. Man.
You know, these days they name the defense. Did y'all defense have a name?
Oh, well, to this day, I think 98 is still one of the best defenses.
Yeah, I don't know the name. We didn't have a name for it, but hey.
Well, they were calling themselves the Nasty Bunch or something
that was
that.
a younger guy.
Younger
later on.
guy,
We didn't
yeah.
have to have a name.
No,
Our name was,
okay.
let's get out of here in third quarter. That was our
Yeah, I don't think. Man, it was.
I checked the stats a few years ago. We might have between the 3 years that we played, we probably had more goose egg games than probably. I don't know. You have to go back up until Platinum started playing.
That's without having Danny Dozen on defense.
None. We had no Danny Dozen, our whole team. In 1998, we didn't have not one Danny Dozen. Mario didn't make it. Corey didn't make it. Demetri didn't make it.
Which was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that even
And
the
we
coaches
wanted-
pointed out to us. They said, so they want to play us like that. So he had us playing with an edge every game.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you one thing about our coaches.
Did we come out ranked number 3 that year?
Yeah.
Number 2 or 3?
Our coaches had us thinking we can play against junior colleges and colleges. Like,
Yeah, they sure did.
like literally, we wanted
Yeah.
to play because, and I can tell you this now, it is be public. Nobody wanted to play us out of state or in state because we tried.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What was the best advice that you got as a player? From coaches or family or whatever, a teammate? What's your best advice?
I think the best advice we got, but didn't know we was getting it, would continue to fight. Because and never give up on yourself. Because in this sport, you know, a lot of folks can have doubts against you, but as long as you don't have doubt against yourself and you willing to fight for it, you can prove a lot of folks wrong.
And that's all about leaving it all on their field too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. Don't have nothing else left when you get done. Leave it all on their field. That's it.
Just how to face adversity. Just I used the Moss Point losses again. Just how people kind of wrote us out, especially going into our senior year. Playing Moss Point that first game and lose, like, well, you know what type of season it's going to be, but we saw that game the next day at practice and said, hey, we done losing. We done losing. It don't matter who else we got to play at the end of this season, we're going to win. So that brought us more close together just to say, hey, we're going to keep fighting no matter what. We're going to win it all.
Yeah. So this is your last question. What did you take from your time as a football player and use it to get where y'all are today?
We just talked about that.
Yeah, like, to be honest, I don't think either of us that's left this field is scared of any challenges that's been facing from us. I know myself, I've been through all type of adversity, different things, challenges put in my face. I don't think I've backed down anything. And that's one thing, like, we face things face first. Whether it be, words, whatever it is, like, I know that I don't go around anybody else. I take it, head on, not afraid to deal with anything, and, keep working until you push through it.
And the thing is, man, they taught us to just fight, and we take that same thing because I try to put it in our kids, but it's hard to how we grew up around this era. It's hard to put that in the same era as our kids are because I use that same method that Coach them taught us in the weight room to now just to stay in shape. Because anytime I feel like I'm feeling a little out of shape, I go back to the days of how it was in that field house. I go get a jog in or something. And it just makes you don't want to just get down on yourself. You just got to keep pushing.
Me being a coach now, I take all the stuff that I learned from my coach, especially Ed Stanley, and instill it to my players. And I let them know right now, we're in the off season, I said, this is where we win our games right now. That conditioning program. We can't be in there playing. I got to stay on them a lot about this, the joking and playing. They want to record and do the TikTok stuff like that. But when we're in the weight room, we're here to work. We pick up all the social media and stuff out there, practice and stuff like that. But when we're in the weight room, we're here to work, we're here to get better. And just having that instilled in me, and I know in Bobby and Justin as well, we take that on. It's with our players I coach, I do with my children as well, just to have that toughness and just that dedication and commitment to whatever you want to do, whether it be sports, whether it be your job, family, whatever it is. And it all started right here.
Okay, that's a good point. Wanted to ask you, as a coach, are you seeing are the players as tough as y'all were?
I have to say no. They're not, because I want to say because they have more leisure time now, and like I said, the social media and the technology. You do have some who have like coaching parents like us that came through, Coach Stanley or Coach Danny Ray, Coach Lights, Coach Robson, who are those hard workers. But we have a lot of them that's kind of, I want to say, baby, or just want to be on the team for a name instead of just working for it.
I just feel like it's a different time too. Like a lot of kids now don't have the added motivation to work for because a lot of the parents are already taken care of. So we had, a lot of us had different motivation. We saw a lot of struggle around our home. We saw a lot of, lower incomes and different things where we were needed to, do things on our own or do things for ourselves. Like a lot of these kids now have a lot of added help. Like we had each other as trainers. Like a lot of these kids now have their own personal trainers, and it's a different time. A lot of people have made a lot more money and moved off in a lot of different places. So, with it being like that, like you said, along with technology and along with the parents doing better for themselves, it's kind of, the kids don't. Some of them naturally have the talent, and some of them naturally are able to go out here and be motivated. But a lot of them don't have something to be motivated for. And the kids that you do see excel out of these programs and stuff, you go back to their homes, and you can tell kind of why. They're motivated to be in a position to work hard and do these other things, But like I said, now it's a socio-economic thing that I think it is. It's kind of tough to want to get up and work when you got everything. You go in most of these kids' bedrooms now and you see big flat screen TV, internet, they got cars already, they got all stuff. Like we had to, at a younger age, like we got to get good grades in order to get a little bit of money out of somebody, or get, I'm going to say money, but rewarded, so we were working hard to be rewarded. And it's hard for these kids to work hard when they already have everything you're going to reward them.
Yes. Okay.
It was a motivation.
All right. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to add?
Hey, look, I'm just going to say Coach Robinson, Coach Lysett, Coach Stanley, Coach Wright, Coach, every other coach that we had, Coach Cole, man, we love y'all, man. Y'all had a big impact on us and still going to this day. I tell my kids, and I hope my kids tell their kids about y'all, and the impact y'all had on us is going to last forever, man. We love you.
I love it. All right, thank y'all so much.
No problem. I'm glad we could be a part of it.
It's good to see everybody.